everybody kind of has that same goal of coming here and starting the season off right, having a great season this year.
Welcome here into Teal, the show. You heard it from Foye Oluokun himself. The Jaguars are aiming to have a great season this year and flush all the bad stuff from last year out the window. You can finally do that now that the games are getting ready to start. We'll talk all about it and kind of start to set the table for the year as a whole before we start to really dive into that Carolina Panthers game. I got Kyle Ashley hanging out with me tonight. Kyle, this is a big week. It doesn't get too much bigger than the first one of the season, right?
No, it does. We're finally here. I know we've waited a long time. We are finally here. And it's showtime. Yeah,
it's showtime. It is showtime for the Jaguars. It's showtime for the players, and it's showtime for Liam Cohen. So it's kind of been a long road, right? A whole lot of talk. He got hired as the head coach. Now that first head coaching game as an NFL coach. Look, preseason's one thing. Regular season's a whole different ballgame.
Yeah. You're definitely anxious as a head coach to kind of get the ball kicked off and get into it. So you're really just more so anxious and excited to see how the guys go out and play, right? Like you want to see perfect football, but we all know it's football. It's not perfect, right? It's an imperfect game, and you're striving for perfection, which is probably the chase, obviously. But yeah, we're all excited. I'm excited to kind of get in that stadium and see how much we can pack it.
Hey, you hear that? He wants to lock down the bank. Got to pack the bank for his first NFL game. Look, I think there's definitely some high expectations for Liam Cohen, but it's going to be understandable if there's a learning curve, of course. He's a first-time NFL head coach. So there are going to be some things he encounters along the way that maybe he wasn't ready for.
Yeah, no, I mean, I can't imagine the anxiety. He hasn't done this before, but he also said he was excited. So striving for perfection. If we could just get a little, just be good. Just be good enough to get a W. That's really all we need.
Just be good enough to win the division by the end of the year. That's the good that you want to strive for. But strive for perfection. But the first game of the season is here. The Jaguars are going to take on the Carolina Panthers. And while, look, that first year is important, Liam Cohen knows they need to kind of start fast. Whether guys believe in momentum or don't believe in momentum's a whole other thing. One way or another, Liam doesn't want to make it a must-win kind of game, but him and the guys in the locker room know it's one thing to start your season 0-1, but it's a whole lot better to start the season 1-0.
Very important, man. Just getting the rhythm, and winning, playing winning football in September. That means a lot. So if you can get these great games early and get on the roll and understand your process and how you want to play games, it means a lot in the NFL because momentum is a real thing in the NFL, and I feel like that's a big thing.
I wouldn't say the season's lost if we don't have the much success that we would like to have, but you definitely want to see that jump that we're talking about in terms of the physicality, the toughness, the nature that we want to play the game. That's really what I'm looking for, and to see how we respond to adversity, because there's something's going to happen in the game that doesn't go our way, and I want to see how we respond to that, and that'll help me as we move throughout the season, seeing how we do that, and that helps guys come together as well as a team.
Everything's real now. Everything counts. Though you try to take every rep like it's a game rep. You try to put yourself in that mode as much as possible. But when the records do count, you definitely feel that, and you want to start the year off right. Right your wrongs from last year. I think we've all been getting ready to do that this year.
Right the wrongs from last year. We'll see if the Jaguars can do that all starting this week against the Carolina Panthers. No pressure, though, right? No pressure, though. We still got plenty more Teal the show ahead. Coming up right after this break, we'll talk a little bit about the season as a whole, take one last full look at the schedule, and kind of maybe make some expectations for the Jaguars for the year. We'll do that right after this quick break.
Start off real quick, announce the captains for the 25 season. Offensively, Trevor Lawrence, Robert Hainsey. Defensively, Foye, Josh Hines-Allen, Jordan Lewis. Specialist, Logan Cook. All of it. Nice thing is you didn't have to fudge it to get kind of what you wanted. It was pretty clear. Based on the votes and the ballots that these were the 6 guys that got the most.
You love it when a plan comes together, and the Jaguars captains, it clearly came together. Liam Cohen seems pretty happy with the group of guys that he rolled out there. So the Jaguars captains are set this year. A lot of leadership and a pair of guys that are brand new to the Jaguars here that are also going to be captains for the team this season. So, look, a lot of excitement around this, and here are your 2025 captains. Jordan Lewis, one of those new faces. Ryan Hainsey, also a new face for the Jaguars. So, we'll be keeping an eye on it. I think you love it. A lot of leadership there. You want your quarterback to be one of those captains, and getting Josh Hines-Allen back in the mix.
Were any of those captains surprises to you at all?
No. I think those are the guys. I think those are the guys that you want to be the leaders on your football team. Maybe the biggest surprise would be maybe Ryan Hainsey, if I was going to say there was a surprise, but that's about it.
Well, I understand that, but also, like, we did hear Trevor talk about him being a locker room guy and kind of just knowing, so that one makes sense to me. And then Jordan Lewis, he's been in the league a little bit, so I like this group too. I think it's a solid group.
Hey, look, Jordan Lewis is owning the unk status on the defense. He has said that he's unk in the locker room, and that's the kind of leader that they want. So he is a captain on this team and a big part of it. And if the defense gets to rolling, Jordan Lewis, for whether you like it or not, he's going to be a big part of that. And that free agent addition was about on the field just as much as it was about adding what he brings off the field. All right, so speaking of what's going to happen on the field, right? The Jaguars have a long season ahead, and now with it starting, this is going to be kind of our last chance to kind of look at this thing as a whole and talk about maybe what's going to happen out there on the field as the games kind of go. So week one, and we'll talk more about the Panthers game coming your way on Friday, but here's a look at the Jaguars' full season schedule, full season slate. This is what I rolled out. I think this is pretty similar to where I've been the whole time. I got them at 10-7.
Hey, I like that 10-7 number.
Yeah, I feel pretty good. I got them with a win in week one, drop against the Bengals, but you can swing me on that. Cincinnati normally starts the year a little slow, so we'll see how that one goes. I got them dropping Monday Night Football, though. Look, a lot of the hard games I got them dropping, and honestly just taking the winnable ones. So could you swing me up from 10-7? Yeah, look, it's been a long road. I think the Jaguars have done a good job throughout training camp. I think they've added some pieces along the way. I think this is a pretty good team, and I think 10-7 will be enough to win the AFC South. I've been here for a while. I've been here since the schedule rolled out, and after seeing the product on the field, I actually feel better about my 10-7 record prediction than I did when I first rolled it out. So I'm still standing pretty firm at 10-7, AFC South, home playoff game when it's all said and done. I'd say that's a pretty successful first year for Liam Cohen and company.
Yeah, I would agree. Now, I do agree with the 10-7. My schedule does look a little different than yours. I actually have them winning that Monday night Kansas City game, which that could be just me being hopeful, but it's in the bank. It's at night. I like that one. But then also, I do have them dropping one against the Titans. I know you had them beating both the Titans and the Colts. I've been watching the Jaguars a long time. That rarely happens. Honestly, I might take them down one more on the Colts, but for right now, I just have them losing one to the Texans and then one to the Titans. But those AFC South games, those are hard to win, even if the Jaguars are good. So
who'd their wins come against last year?
But how long has that happened? That was a rarity.
And last year was a bad year. And the Titans are bad. The Titans are not a good football team. I'm going to say it right now, and I'll stand on where I'm at. They have a rookie quarterback. They have not a whole lot of talent around them. They're still betting that Calvin Ridley is going to be a wide receiver one, a go-to guy, and have this explosion. It ain't happening, folks. The Titans are not a good football team. So go ahead. Look, I get it. I know the history. I know the Titans hate week is coming sooner than later. But I'm just saying Titans aren't good, and neither are the Colts. If you've been watching NFL football, they're rolling with Daniel Jones at quarterback. Rehab jobs when it comes to quarterbacks don't typically go well. And Daniel Jones wasn't good in New York, so the odds say probably ain't going to be good in Indy either. I'm just saying. This isn't me being like a homer. This is me being realistic. The Titans aren't good. The Colts aren't good. It should be down to two teams for the AFC South, the Jaguars and the Houston Texans. End. List.
I agree. I'm just saying that those games No, throw the records out the windows. It's one of those type of games, but I do hear where you're coming from. I would just like, those games that are the tough ones, the Bengals, the Seahawks, the Chiefs games. If they can come out of those, they don't have to win them all, but if they could win one or two, that'd be nice.
Yeah, look, be in them. You want them to be in the game, right? Like this Cincinnati game, Cincinnati historically, as of late, has started the season slow. That's why I said that one you could probably swing me on. I don't know where you get this Week 5 win against Kansas City. I don't see that one. Maybe you could convince me about the Rams game. And I think the Rams are going to be a good football team, but maybe you can convince me that Liam Cohen and some of the guys' familiarity with what they do in L.A. maybe helps them. I don't know. We'll see. Look, but overall, I guess right now we feel pretty good about 10 wins, right? I think that's where we're at.
Hey, we agree on that. We also agree on the Panthers game, and I know that one will be exciting, the first one at home.
Hey, start the year off with a dub. That's the way to do it. We'll keep an eye on all of it as Week 1 is officially here, folks. So we got a whole lot of stuff that we're rolling out with Week 1, right? That starts with the first home game of the year. That also means the first real tailgate of the year. We're going to be live at the Slab for every Jaguars home game. So the tailgate will be televised. If you're at the Slab, come say hello. If you're hanging out at home, make sure you tune in. Sunday, 11 a.m. right here on Channel 4. You can get all the tailgate or tailgate vibes, however you want to call it. And we'll get you ready for kickoff. We'll have a little fun along the way. And hopefully we can talk about some Jaguars wins. And along the way, we want to know what you think throughout the whole season. So we want you to dial us up on the Duval dial-up.
Dial it up.
Dial it up. Give us a 904-391-3661. Let us know how you're feeling about the Jags, whether that's good, bad, or anywhere in between all season long. And you never know. You give us a good message and you might look up and you hear yourself right here on Teal the Show or right here on Channel 4 during one of our other broadcasts. So we want to know how you're feeling. Look, trying to have that open line of communication, right? It's all about communication.
Hey, good, bad, we love to hear what you guys have to say. So please hit that line for us.
That's right. Dial it up. Dial it up on the Duval dial-up, and you might hear yourself right here on Channel 4. All right, that'll do it for this episode of Teal the Show. We'll be back here on Friday night at 11:20, and then we're going to be diving in to the Carolina Panthers and what the Jaguars got to do to get a dub in the bank on Sunday. Hey, thanks for hanging out with us tonight. Good night, everybody, and go Jags.